Hello.
Hey, Elise.
Hi.
Hey.
All right, this works.
It works, thank God. Yeah.
Yes. Okay, and welcome to Ghost Chat and Other Paranormal Things. I'm your host, Electric Elisa, and this is my very good friend, Debbie. You want to say hi?
Hi. Hi, everyone.
So it took us about all afternoon to figure out how to use this add friends. So hopefully we have it figured out now.
Yes, hopefully.
Yeah. So Debbie and I were neighbors in where I used to live before I moved to Arizona in Florida. So she lived down the street from me, and we became friends because of a garage sale.
That's right.
Yes,
For
and
my workout equipment.
yes, and then um, let's see, we little more recently found out that we're actually distant related cousins.
That's right. I think it was it fourth cousin or something? Fourth, fifth
something
cousin?
something distant, I don't know.
Yeah. Yes. That's crazy, though, how that works.
Yes, but we had joked about this prior to finding that out.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah. So Debbie has had some experiences herself with the paranormal, and she's going to share some of that. And of
I
course, we've
do.
also had some together, but
Yes, we have. That's true. That's true. Do you want me to go ahead and say what happened to me back in England?
yeah.
Okay. I remember when I was 22, I lived in England in a very old mansion cottage in Gloucestershire, England. I was living with my ex-husband, who was in the Air Force. It was actually not too far from the house, probably about 3 miles down the road. Well, I noticed while he was gone, things would happen, like doors would just slam. There was no drafts in the house. There'd also be the toilet would flush, and the toilet would be a chain that you'd have. So there was no reason why that would do that. And we've never hit the toilet flush, when he was there. So it's very, very weird. But things like that would go on. And the room would get very cold. It just felt really eerie. Well, long story short, came to find out that the master that owned that cottage didn't have any family. So he died and left in his will. He left it to his maid. She died in that house. So she walks, she does walk around the house, and she supposedly still cleans the house, move things. Things did go missing or moved. And the landlady said that she wouldn't hurt you. She's still in the house, just checking on everybody. I noticed one night I went to sleep. I was by myself because my ex was in the fire station, and the room went freezing cold, and the like almost like a very small cat or very small person sat on the edge of the bed. Wow,
Ooh.
I was so scared. But you know how you're frozen, you can't move. So praying, please go. But anyway, the air lifted, and then I couldn't feel anything. Everything was fine. Well, I had told the landlady about it. No, that actually is her coming to visit to check on you. She's very calm. She won't hurt you at all. Excuse me. She did come to my house. My cousin actually saw her. We had a going away party before I came to America. He said there's a lady with a red hat, red dress, walked past the window. He said, go open the door, Dad, and let her in. So I opened the door, and there was no one there. And so when I talked to the landlady and landlord, they were there. They said, no, she's here. I couldn't see her, but I guess obviously knew she was there. I mean, it was very, very weird, but it was kind of cool that things like that happened there. But the
Yeah.
house, 18th century house, but the we lived on the first and second floor. The third floor was locked. It was like a big door. It was bolted shut. So who knows? Maybe she lived there. Maybe that was her little room. But it was very, very cool though. But you did feel, you did feel like really on edge sometimes. The house was like a winding staircase. and the roof was very like low. You'd have to like duck to go in some of the areas. Very, very small, very quaint. The walls were made of stone, and the stove was still like Victorian. It was still there. They had an updated one, but they had the Victorian stove too, so that was really cool. But it was a really neat experience to go through all that. I don't think I'd that haunted house like that again, though.
Yeah, I mean, I was going to ask you. I mean, did knowing that or having the landlady tell you that she was harmless, do you think that made a difference?
It did after a while because I was for a year. That did help, but I still found an edge knowing that somebody was around. I couldn't see them, but she obviously could see me. But doors were just slammed for no reason. And there was no draft. It was cold in the place because England's very cold anyway.
Yeah.
We had no air conditioning, so there's no drafts, nothing blowing the doors. It felt very eerie in the beginning. I had those everywhere too. So maybe back in the day they just had mirrors everywhere. But
yeah, that could be creepy.
That was creepy. But the thing that I didn't like was all of a sudden the doors would just slam shut for no reason. So maybe she was upset or something. I don't know, but she supposedly travels from that side of the house to the other side of the house. But it was a cool experience. I didn't see her. I did feel, like I said, I felt the bed go down, and the room went cold right before that happened.
Yeah.
But that was, other than that, not too much. It's just the toilet being flushed and the doors being, slammed shut. But
what about in your current house? Any experiences?
In my current house, well, I have my boyfriend's son stayed in the one bedroom, and as he walked out, we were actually and the cut went flying across the room, and it got lodged between the bed and the wall. So I don't know what that was all about, but I mean, nothing's too much has happened since then. He's no longer living with us, so activity around older children. But it's just weird. Yeah, not too much has happened since then. No, we've had like a picture fall off the wall and fall flat straight down. That was kind of weird, but actually it was not straight down. It moved over, so that was kind of odd. But other than that, I don't think we've had really too much else in the house. It's been fairly quiet, which is not a bad thing. I mean, I like things like that, but sometimes when you have to live in a house like that, it's good to be quiet,
Yes, because this house does not appear to be haunted. I mean, maybe something comes by every now and then because the dogs act, funny, but otherwise nothing like the house before.
Right. That's right.
That house. Yeah, that house had such a heaviness to it too.
It did. I noticed that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I don't think I don't know if any activity's been happening in that house. Have you talked to Gloria? No.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know that we ever talked about that with them. So, yeah. And Gloria, for you listeners, that was another neighbor of ours. But I don't think we ever talked about that. Just, I don't know if she's interacted much with the new people, so.
Oh, okay. Yes.
And I don't know, again, with anything, like, it could have been a lot of things contributing to that. It may not be the actual house. It could have been we were haunted and maybe they haven't found us yet.
Right. Yeah, it could be. It could be. Yeah, it's crazy.
Because I haven't heard anything, and honestly, we had that ghost hunting group come out a while back, years ago, and they were like, oh yeah, we have stuff, and then they never sent it, and then they were like, nah, we don't have anything, we didn't get anything. So unable to prove.
That's right.
And then I mean, it's not like there's ghosts sit around and wait, for
Right,
people.
yeah.
And sometimes they may not want to do anything.
Right, that's true.
I mean, we really know very little about the paranormal. I mean, we just base our ideas on things. It's just based on other people's ideas.
Right, that's true.
And we really don't truly know how to scientifically measure it or get evidence, because it could be, I mean, there's so many theories, like even like it could be another dimension.
That's right. That's true. We don't really know.
No. I just remember the time we got those weird creepy pictures in the garage.
Oh, that's right. I remember that. Yes. Very weird. Well, you had things. Remember, you had coat hangers hanging up, and they started to move. Do you remember
Yep.
that?
Yep. Yep. It was really weird. But I tell you, it is nice to not live in a place that's actively haunted.
Yes, I totally agree. I think
it sounds cool, but no.
No, not when you have to live through it.
No.
You don't sleep.
And I think, yeah, and it's kind of unnerving.
It really is. And you can always tell when there is paranormal around. The room will go very cold. The temperature will drop. And that's not with the ignition on. It'll just drop all of a sudden.
Yeah.
But
and it's interesting too. I will say, I mean, that area I think was active, and I don't know if it has anything to do with being in close proximity to Cassadaga, and Cassadaga is a spiritualist community in Florida,
which is very close to the house. Yes.
Yes.
It's like 10 minutes up the road.
I just remember when we first moved in there, like we heard a growl.
That's right. Maybe saying that.
Yeah, and we were like, "What? What is that?" But yeah, I mean, and then, but you had another experience that maybe wasn't a ghost, but more like a UFO, or what do we call those
that's
now?
Right. Yes. Well, it's unexplained. An unexplained aircraft. This was going back quite a few years ago. It must have been 2000, maybe 10. That's when my daughter came out of our front door, and we're in the flight line area with all the flights go over the house. The aircraft came towards us, had two big beams coming down. It looked unusual. We both looked up. We didn't have our phones on us, which is unusual, but we just looked up and stared, and then it shot to the right really fast. I mean, nothing like an airplane would. I mean, it just took off like the speed of light. So it's very unexplained. So we saw something. Either it was military, something going on, or if it was, alien aircraft, who knows? But I know my friend Debbie witnessed it too, and she called the police, and they said, "Do you want to leave a report?" And she said, "No." Nobody else called in, so she didn't want to think she was crazy or anything, so she just left it. But she witnessed it too.
Yeah. I mean, it's possible. I don't know. Like, I'm thinking about if I saw something like that, would my first reaction be to call the police? I don't know.
I don't think so, because I mean, I just don't. It's just something you see, and you just leave it at that. Just talk amongst your friends.
Yeah, so. I mean, because I think, what are the police gonna do?
They can't do anything.
I guess that's what I thought. They're like, okay.
Yeah.
Other than it's documented, but I don't know if people really do that as much as it appears.
Exactly. And two, you don't know. I mean, we'd like think, was that an alien aircraft, or was it a military aircraft that nobody knows about? So
right.
Hard to tell.
Yeah.
But it was cool seeing that, though. It was a very, very unique. It must have been like 7. I think it's either 7 or 7:30 at night.
Do you remember the time of year?
I think it was more, it might have been around September, around there, I
Okay.
think. But
Yeah.
it was a really neat experience. But other than that, not too much has happened, except for your house. Yeah, we get pictures, but other than
Yeah.
that, no, it was fairly
I
quiet.
Yeah, and it's funny because one of my husband's friends had come over to help him with some stuff. I don't remember exactly. I know we were like getting ready to pack and move, and we were just we were close. It was closer to that time, and he had made the comment. It is so like there was so much noise, like not noise, but like it was. There's so much to say that there's so much going on in your house and you are so used to it you don't even notice it anymore,
Right.
which I thought was an interesting comment.
That is. Yes. You're immune to all the noises and everything going around. You don't notice it. Yeah.
Yeah, and so who knows, I remember it was, gosh, probably at some point, it was during 2020. I remember I thought I was hearing walking on above me, like someone was
In the attic?
in the attic, which I mean you can't really fit in there, so
No.
and I kept like hearing it over different parts of the house, and I was like telling my husband, and he's like, I don't know what you're talking about. But he was doing something else. He was like listening to music or something, and I was like, what is that?
I think I remember you saying about that.
Yeah. And then it's just a lot of weird things, but I mean, and I think one thing that people also don't think about is one thing, and then I think I lean more towards believing is you have to be careful about the energy you carry with you, because negative energy attracts negative stuff.
Right. That's true.
And so if there's anything like negative going on around you or in your home, or somebody's feeling like they're not in a good space, not in a good headspace, I mean, that's not good either.
No, that isn't. No, they do say that attracts some. Yes, I really agree.
I know my husband kept feeling like he was getting touched for a while, but I never really experienced that.
That's right. He did say that.
But it, who knows? I mean, hopefully there's nothing there.
Right. Hopefully, I haven't seen the neighbors or anything. I wouldn't really know what to say if I did see them.
Right. I mean, and I wouldn't necessarily bring anything up, because sometimes if you don't expect anything either, and even though maybe something happened there, it won't attract it either.
That's right. That's true. That's true.
I mean, and it could have decided, well, this isn't very interesting. I'm moving on, whatever.
That's right.
And like I said, it still could be something that was just attracted to even my husband or something.
That's right. Yes. Yeah, they say. I mean, you could go somewhere and they could latch onto you. You can bring them home. So, just
yeah,
where you are,
Right. Like, I was thinking of something. It reminded me of something. What was I thinking of? Yes. This is what happens as you get older. So the dogs woke up a little bit. Stop chewing on that. That's loud. But yeah, so otherwise, I mean, it's definitely, if you've ever lived in a haunted house, I've heard mixed mixed feelings people have on that.
Right.
I mean, some people learn to just deal with it and
Deal with it. After a
accept
while,
it.
yeah. I just got used
And
to it. The door slamming. It's just, I knew that there was a bad's going to happen. But
mhm.
the thing, when something was moved, I'd get blamed for that thing being moved, and it wasn't me. But how can I
Right,
explain that? Well, there's only me and you here, so you had to move it. So
right.
things like that were a little unusual.
I know the house I grew up in, that had some weird feelings, and I really felt pretty uncomfortable there.
Right.
And since we've not lived there in many years, my mom sold it, and there's been like multiple families moving in and out of there.
Wow, that could be a reason behind that too.
It's hard to say because that isn't what the gossip is.
Right. Right.
The
Yeah.
gossip is divorces,
Oh,
but that's a
okay.
lot of divorces. Every family that moves in there.
Wow. That was in Florida?
No, that was in Kansas.
Oh, okay. Oh,
But yeah, I mean, nobody said anything. So again, who knows?
yeah, nobody knows.
It's,
No.
no,
No.
because my parents were like, "Nah, it's
I
it's
know.
not. There's
No.
nothing here."
No. And like you said, young children more susceptible to seeing
Yeah,
them, hearing things, and dogs, even cats, dogs,
yeah. I think cats half the time though ignore most things.
Right.
That's how I feel. Mine are. They're like, whatever.
That's true. I know my dog Nikki, she'd see something in the corner and she'd sit there for ages and stop barking. And I couldn't see anything in the corner, but she would. So I think she was more,
Uh-huh. Yeah,
sensitive to it.
I bet, and very likely. They say that animals can see in another dimension than we can.
Right. That's what I've heard too.
I can't imagine what that must look like.
No, I can imagine either. I don't think I want to imagine either. No.
Right?
Yes, that would be good.
Truly, yes.
Mm-mm.
But yeah, maybe if we can get this, now that we have this figured out, this having you come on, we should do this more. And we could
Definitely do that. Yeah.
we'll find other things. I mean, there's a million things we could talk about.
Oh, there are. Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
But
But that sounds good,
I definitely haven't had a UFO experience like you.
Isn't that, I haven't had one since then. So,
Yeah.
and I thought you would, you're in Arizona. So,
Yeah.
definitely.
I only saw that one thing I sent you the video of, and I was like, I don't know what this is.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. And then the other, like, one night I saw something above one of the little mountains behind us, and I was like, huh, what is that? And it was just there. And then like I went inside, and then it was gone next time I went out. So I don't know.
I know.
Again, I don't think that necessarily means it was anything.
Right. Yeah.
But I did hear that here there's a lot of stuff that happens. There's a lot of energies here, but I haven't.
That's what I heard too. Yeah, a lot of activity in your area.
Yeah, but I haven't so far experienced anything.
Isn't that funny? Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe it's in certain parts where you are,
Right. Yeah, we must be in a very tranquil area.
Right. Which is not a bad thing.
No, not complaining.
No.
I think I have enough experiences in the past that's good enough.
You do. You definitely do. Yeah. You definitely do. But yeah, we'll definitely have to connect and do this maybe once a week or
Yes.
something.
Yeah. And thank you for coming on. I mean, I know it was until we figured it out.
It took us a while.
Yes.
with the microphone.
Yes. And then you couldn't hear me. So
That's right. You could hear me, but couldn't hear you. We got it figured out, so that was good.
yeah. Yeah. And maybe we'll get more people to come on and talk. And then I'll get this other thing figured out. As part of the podcast, I can have people leave voicemail if they want to share their stories. So
yes, that would definitely be great.
So when I figure that out, I'll have that option, unless it's already there and I don't know about it. But I think I have to put it on there. So I have to figure out where it is to put it on there.
I know. Maybe Brian could help you with that. He's very good.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, that'll be good.
But anyway, I know it's like 3 hours difference there.
Yes, it's almost 8 o'clock here, so
yeah,
I get early for work tomorrow. So, but have a great evening. I mean, the rest of the
you
evening.
Too. You too, and thank you.
Oh, you're
for sharing your story.
It was fun. We'll definitely do this. Once a week, we'll definitely do this. So,
yes.
We'll take care, Elise, and I'll talk to you and everyone else again later.
Okay.
All right. Okay, Elise. You take care.
All right. You too.
Bye-bye.
Signing.
Bye.
Okay. We are signing off. Tune in about a week. I think we'll have another episode.